Welcome in. You can see all my stuff on the sides, can't you? Welcome in. You have joined the Font-Phemera raid train, and I will get raided in around 12:30 Central Time. Junk Collector, hi. Jilly, done by Friday. Welcome, everyone. Music Gypsy, Julie, Lena, thank you for being here. I have, this was my first, hi, Bab. Or I should say Brian. This was my first invite by Schmidt Auctions, and I felt so honored. So I'm taking advantage of it. I keep thinking that I don't think those are going to stay up there nice, are they? I keep thinking that I don't have very much French. But then when I start looking, authentic, real French, and when I start looking, I do. So I've got to get more sorted out so that I can include that. I'm trying to decide if I want to zoom in or zoom out. What do you guys think? We're just going to kind of hang out for another 3 minutes until the raid comes in. Oh, dropped a piece of paper so I know who to raid into. Welcome, welcome. Does that look okay like that, guys? Okay, thank you. Kim. I have not yet, Mina. I'm waiting for a raid for the fabulous Font-Phemera raid train, and that's when I will. These are the first things. I've got 5 of them for today, and those are the first things I will be putting up for auction. So yeah, I get past the 4th of July, and I think the rest of my year is going to be okay until the holidays. Get some things done and um, get sorted through my ephemera or my French papers. A big thing with me, for those of you that don't know me, is I have a lot of French, authentic French, but I've also, but I also had towards the end of the year, started scanning everything. Well, it was before that, started scanning all of the French. Of course you can, Melody. I know. And I have a huge family 4th of July get together at my house, so I've kind of stayed off whatnot so that I can get fully prepared for a huge amount of people that are here on the 4th. We have a ball. So anyway, I also that you'll see in my bin or in my shop, I do a lot of scanning. I've done a lot of scanning of the French paper work, and then I print it out and sell it that way. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Welcome. Here's our raid. Yay! Welcome to the fabulous Font-Phemera raid train. I want to thank Schmidt Auctions for the invitation. I'm pretty excited. My name is Pam, and hi. Last year, I started buying a lot of French from Gina, G. Smiley, Sunflower Cottage, and actually from France. A lot from France. And these Lamodes I just bought the end of, well, like in December. So what I do with all of this, I have the originals, and I was just explaining, I do a lot of scanning of the French because I found a group that like to not pay as much, as an authentic piece of French, whatever. There's a place for both. We've got the beautiful originals. Nope, these are the authentic thing. Nope, nope, nope. I always put really well in my descriptions if they've been scanned and printed. And so none of this first stuff that I'm going to show you is scanned. These are the real deal. So these are beautiful Lamode Illustre magazines. I have 5 of them for today. This one happens to be April of 1891. So I just wanted to point out that I do have a combination. So if you're looking in my bin, make sure, it'll say authentic if it's the real deal, true authentic, or I put in there that they're scanned and printed. And what I've done with these, you'll also see in my bin, I scan all of the images, and I have started making French paper dolls. You'll see those in my shop also. But here is what we've got for the first one. So, of course, we've got the normal, wear and tear. You can see it coming apart there. These are 1899, so they are really old, aren't they? Well, if I could get it to turn, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so I'm trying to be gentle plus show. This one is full of beautiful images. And I don't think any of us can argue with the fact that the font in anything French is awesome, isn't it? So beautiful. Okay, so here's the first one. April of 1891. And I will get that started. We'll just do 10 seconds today with a 5-second counter so that we can get through as much of this as possible. I do have 5 of them for today. I have quite a few more, so I will be getting these in my upcoming shows. Junk collector, thank you. I've been selling for about 16 months. I came on and was a big time buyer for a while. And then I finally got the guts to become a seller, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. This one is April 26th of 1891. I just love the top of these. Look at how detailed and beautiful and all the different fonts. So we've got this one. This one, oh, has a lot of needlework images in it. That's pretty. If any of you, like I said before, know me, you may have some of these images in the paper doll cuts, die cuts that I've made. These are all 4 pages, front and back. And here's the back of this one. And we'll get it started now. Hi, Kathleen. Thank you so much. I see so many familiar faces that have come to many of my shows. And then I love seeing all the new names as well. All right, we got December 24th. Or what? Well, no, I think that's May 24th, 1891. Look at that beautiful dress. For a long time, I called these umbrellas, but I think technically they were called parasols. Oh, look at the shoes. Isn't that something? And that pattern. Okay, come on, little page. Oh, I see some. Oh my gosh. Look at these beautiful. I don't know if those are napkins or what they are. Look at all these monogram letters. I'm looking at those beautiful dresses. It's my understanding that because you can find Lamode, you've got some cute ads there. You can get Lamode that are in color. It's running. And when I found these, she told me that, like this is 1891, that I don't know if they were all black and white then. I'm assuming so. But KMF, thank you. And so these were the older ones that were black and white. All right, here is the next one. May of 1891. I mean, just that alone, like I said earlier, is fantastic, you know? Lots of needlework in these, isn't there? That's what you always saw, in any movies at this time period. The girls did a lot of needlework, didn't they? Wow. Look at this beautiful girl with the fan. And we've got some monogrammed letters in here, too. And then we've got the 2 pages of story. And then we've got this on the back. I don't know what all that means. It's funny with French. And it's running now. I have rarely done a search to see what the articles and things are actually about. So much of it is just the beauty of the French. Stephanie, welcome, welcome. Thank you. All right, this one is coming your way. Okay, last one for today. April 12th of 1891. I know, they're just, when I found 22 of these darn things in black and white, and I was just thrilled. Look at all of that. And looky here. Look at these beautiful ladies. I can't get enough of looking at these types of things. But that's just me. Right now I'm kind of French crazy. All right, it's a running. I I didn't even realize how much was out there until probably met G. Smiley. Okay, so those were the Lamodes. Next, we're going to look at some French paper packs. That's what I call them, bundles or whatever. These have ledgers. I have bought numerous ledgers, and let me get it pinned. There we go. I have bought numerous ledgers over the last year, and the ones that were in really bad shape, I took apart and have these beautiful folios. Look at this writing. And whenever I take a book or a ledger apart, typically they have to be in pretty bad shape, first of all. Then, when I take them apart, I always try to keep as many as I can as a folio. And if you don't know what a folio is, that it's the two pages are still attached. So you're technically getting two pages. This was a pharmacy or prescription ledger. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell that. This one's 1958, so that's going to be the newest one. I'll tell you the dates of the others here in just a second. So you've got all of this beautiful writing. This one is 1915, 1916, and then we have a 1913. It's just a really nice variation of color and the handwriting. And then in this, I included I call these checks, but I've seen other people call them something different. But they are huge. The French checks, this one's 1890, maybe five. It has that swirl coming down. Hi, Gina. I was just bragging. You were part of the reason I got hooked into French. Okay, we're going to start this auction for 4 folio ledgers. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 pages and a check. Brian, I think of you a lot because I've kind of moved to scan stuff. And when I was finding this stuff, Oh, thank you. Yes, it is fabric. It's actually Tim Holtz, and it is all cabinet cards. I'm going to put this and this in here. I've kind of kept that theme because I think I've been doing it long enough. People kind of recognize me by the fabric, in the backgrounds of my pictures that I take. Okay, we've got two more similar, but not. I think these two are the same. They're a little different. This ledger page wasn't in the first one, so we've got this one. It is a really nice. It's thinner. Whoop, that one. Glad I didn't pull too hard. I'd have ripped it. And I believe this was from a prescription ledger also. I actually got these from France. 1919, 1917. I'm seeing two dates. Look at the font on these. I've never seen a journal where they had, or a ledger where they had all these stamps in it. So, unfortunately, I don't know what that represents, or what that's saying, telling the person. But beautiful dark fonts. We saw this one. This is the other. So I think that's medication. They put substances back then. That's the 1958. Oh, good Lord, that's only a couple years younger than me. Oh, I shouldn't give away my age. This one is 1893. So those are the four folios, and here is the check for this one. This one is I'm thinking it's 1930 something. I didn't know it, but seems like the early 1900s are the ones that are more, um, have more graphic, and yummy stuff on it. And I have come across, let me get this started. I have come across some from the 1800s. It's a running. And they didn't have any of the fancy, prints or names or anything on them. Bobby Jean, thank you. Thank you so much for the bids, everyone. I truly appreciate it. I believe what Gina from G Smiley calls the checks, like the ones I'm showing today. Is it a beautiful mess? I'm trying to remember now. I don't, excuse me, with my French documents, a beautiful mess. Yes. See, like this one. Look how you've got part of something here and there, and you've got a blue stamp, a black stamp. You've got two of these beautiful. I don't. I'm gonna have to ask Gina if these are. I don't think those are postage stamps. Are they? Anyway, but you got all kinds of fonts in here. Look at this dark one. Then you've got all of this beautiful stuff, and I love the size. And if you're a junk journaler, oh my gosh, how fun are these to put in a junk journal? Okay, so here we have another one. of this, like the one before. Sorry, I can't talk. Tongue tied. 1909. Another one with the blue and black stamps on it. We have got the medication. When I first started showing these, I used the term drugs, and so I quickly tried to change it to to remember to call it medicine or pharmacy. It wasn't even in 1958. It isn't like it is today, is it? And we've got this beautiful one. Look at the, oh, this one does happen to be 2 pages. Look at the patina on the edges. So you've got this and this one. And here's the back. Let's get this one going. The 8 ledger pages and a beautiful check. Thank you, Brian. I'm so glad you're here because I've not shown much in the way of authentic French for a while. Okay. Okay, next, what have I got? Yes, I do, Brian. That's why I'm glad you're here when I'm actually showing some of the real deal junk journalers like both. Okay, so here is a document. And if you're familiar with French, you know that they folded everything, it seemed, as much as they could. This has a date of 1841. Looks like June 30th of 1841. I'm kind of starting to figure out the months in French. And look at this. Can you, I mean, what can you say about that? Gosh. We have got an embossed stamp here, another stamp here, one here. I think it's in, didn't I put, yeah, it's a 10-page document. I ought to at least Google PARTAGE. I don't know what that means. But this is the beautiful rag paper. If you're not familiar with rag paper, and I wasn't until I started getting into French. And let me tell you, it is the most wonderful paper to feel and hold and work with. I have some packs of rag paper um, book pages, and I can show you some of that a little closer. But if you're not familiar with it, you need at least to see what it is once. Because I've been working with it and bought books with it and documents, and I still, every time I work with it, I'm just in amazement of how much, what quality and thickness that rag paper is. I didn't even know what it existed until maybe a year. Yes, it is, Gina. But this is my first time with Schmidt auctions and a raid train, and I thought, let's just see how it goes. Okay, it's running. Junk collector, congratulations. Yes, very nice pickup. Congratulations. Okay, I was talking about rag paper. Next thing I want to show you is I had mentioned I've bought books and I've bought documents, and I have bought some books in pretty bad shape. So when they're in pretty bad shape, I took them apart. And what I have done, so that I wouldn't forget what year they were, I put, this is probably, no, that's 1854. Yeah. 1827. Here's one that's 1783. If you're not familiar with rag paper, you can, I don't know if you can see it in the picture or not, but can you kind of see some lines right through here? That is the screens that they would have put the pulp from the clothing on. And that's why, that's one way to definitely know that you're getting some rag paper. The other way is, oh, rag paper, no date found. This cute little book must have been missing the front few pages. Then here is 1859. This is French dictionary. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, or I took pages from 8 different books. You get 16 folios, so 2 of each. So there's 8 different ones, times 2 is 16, and they all range from, what, 1783 to 1835? Did you really? Yeah, so I'm thinking people, when you say screen, they know what you're talking about, because we see more and more people making, the homemade paper, the handmade paper. And that's what they did back in the 1800s and earlier. They actually gathered clothing, my voice, they actually gathered clothing and did whatever they did to it to make it, I call it a slurry. Then they would put it on the screens and let it dry, and then they did the printing on it. Sorry about that. I got a drink. See if that'll help. Then, and let me pin this. And typically, I used to say like 1840 something you were safe, but I've kind of moved it back so that if a book is 1830 or 30 or older, you can pretty much guarantee that it's rag paper. But once you start advancing in the years, then once you understand what it is, then you can kind of tell from the picture. It's hard to explain, but yeah. Let's get this one running. So you're getting 16 folios of rag paper in a variety of sizes. It's a good selection to play with. Amuse Thrift, thank you. These are my samples, so I have packs made up. So that's what I will be sending you. I'll try one more just in case. And then yeah, I just really try to reach people, and have them understand how wonderful rag paper is. Okay, so then can you see how this one is much whiter? It's my understanding that would have been just your white cotton. And to me, they seem more durable, they seem thicker, and many of the books, can you see the deckled edge on here? Ugh, it is to die for. Here is, again, some French dictionary pages in a bigger, these are all bigger. This pack has more on the bigger side of the book pages. And then here is some more dictionary. And here is some more of that wonderful deckled edge rag paper. These are some of my favorite books that have these two types. Oh my gosh, it's 102. I'm so sorry. Jeez, I just was yakking and okay. Sorry. Lost track of time, didn't I? Raid. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Schmidt Auctions. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.